Good day to you, everyone. Hey, this is Anthony Brinkley, the Maestro of Resilience, coming to you again. I want us to keep on these subjects of what we can do to become a better version, the best version of ourselves. So today I want to talk to you about your life is an inside job. We must live our lives from the inside out. What do you mean? I want to talk to you about your spirit. Your spirit is that life-giving force, that your spirit is the fuel that keeps you moving where you don't want to move. Or depending on how you deal with your spirit, it could be the thing that stops you when you're not supposed to be stopped. Your spirit is that life-giving force that keeps you on the path. So let's talk about your spirit. I want you to think about something. I'm about to be 57 years old. I'm moving up in life. I'm moving up in years. But I want to talk to you about the thing from an inside out standpoint. Do you realize your spirit doesn't get older? Matter of fact, I'll give you an analogy to why your spirit doesn't get older. So a few years ago, I went to my 35th year high school reunion. So I'm in Connecticut. I'm hanging out with my people. I'm hanging out with the folks I grew up with. I'm hanging out with people who were some of the most critical moments in my lives through formative times. And we started to hear these songs that we heard 35 years earlier or even before then. And while we were at this reunion, people started getting up and they started dancing because in their mind, they were like, oh my goodness, I'm back to that place. See, even though we got older, our spirits was like, I can still do the things that I used to do because your spirit doesn't get older. Now, I remember one of my buddies, Greg, he got up and started dancing, was moving around. Next thing you know, he pulled a hamstring because even though the spirit was willing, the body was getting a little weaker. But I say that in jest to say this. There are things that you're supposed to do, and if you have not allowed yourself to continue to be enriched from the inside out, your spirit will tell you that your time is past. But it's like analogous to an athletic event. Back in the day, we played in the game. Back in the day, we dominated the game. Back in the day, the game was a part of our lives. And as we got older, we still had a love for the game because our spirit was connected to the game. But as we got older, we couldn't play in the game like we used to. But you never leave the game in your spirit. So what happens when you can't play the game? You become a coach to those that are in the game because you have wisdom, because you have intellect, because you have experience. So I'm saying this to say you never allow yourself to leave the game. And some of you, because you've let the wrong person in your ear, because that's the other part of the spirit. Some people leave the game and they stop fighting from the inside out because they're listening to the wrong voice. What voice that you allow to speak to your spirit will determine your life. If you have the wrong people that's in your ear, they will tell you to sit down. They will tell you you don't need to pursue that. They will tell you that you've done okay in your life and you're letting life go by you. No. So you can let the wrong people in your ear, or you could be speaking the wrong thing to yourself. And you could tell yourself, hey, it doesn't take all that anymore. Oh, I don't need to be involved in that. But that's a lie. And I'm telling you this to say you have allowed your spirit to get old, which is allowing yourself to be old in your body. So now what I want you to understand is, just like we did, we went back to the reunion and people started having flashbacks of what they would do because their spirit is like, still stay in the game. I'm encouraging you to stay in the game of life. Some of you have been sitting on the sideline, but it's people you're supposed to influence. Some of you have been sitting on the sideline, it's places you're supposed to influence. Some of you have been sitting on the sideline, and it's experiences you are supposed to have. But you've allowed your spirit to become dormant. So today, let that spark come back from the inside and make you move on the outside to influence those that you come into contact with. Do not let your spirit become dormant. Stand, fight, become engaged, and you run this race until the end. This is your day to say, Spirit, it is time for us to continue to be who we're supposed to be. I'm counting on you to blow the dust off your dreams. I'm counting on you to speak life to the next generation. I'm counting on you to be a difference maker in everyone's life, starting with your own, because it's an inside job. Like, share, and hit the notification button. And this is the week that we let our spirit become revived so we can have a greater impact in everything we touch. Peace and blessings to you. You're gonna think, some of you gonna laugh, some of you gonna cry, but we're gonna get better before this is over. Understand this, there is no such thing as tomorrow. Tomorrow is aspirational because when tomorrow gets here, it's going to actually be today. So what are you doing today? What are we doing today as a collective body to make sure that we can make things better? Live your life.
A passionate Anthony Brinkley is a problem solver. He's an author and motivational speaker using his skills after decades in the military to teach people how to be resilient and take action.
The most valuable thing in your life is time. Every day in America, 7,000 people die. So 7,000 people that thought they were going to wake up today didn't. Anybody besides me never thought they'd be 30 years old? Put your hand up. I would get up and put my mask on. Hey, Brinkley, how you doing? I'm doing great. And that's why I come here to talk to you, to remind you that you're not what you went through.